Hi everybody. So I've decided to try and film a little stitching and talk along, I guess, video. I did find myself a little corner where I can film this kind of videos. I hope that it will be comfortable enough for me. I don't know, I'll try. I'm going to try. I'm going to try and film this in one take. I don't want to do any editing, I guess, for this video, so I'm going to try. So right now I'm stitching my Chimera. I know that I said that I will not be stitching these anymore, well, for the at least for the next couple of months until the baby comes and the belly is going to go away. Let me start and then I'll keep talking. So this is the symbol that I'm going to be stitching right now. I'm going to just take one strand out, hopefully, yes. Okay, so taking one strand and putting it into the middle. Hopefully you can see this happening online. Yeah, I'm so sorry for my nails, but I took off my acrylic and my nails are in very bad state, I guess you can say, because, well, they need to grow out. Plus I am, I'm not planning on doing any acrylic anytime soon because I don't want to breathe the acrylic scent while pregnant. So let's see where I am right now. This is, I guess, somewhere around here. I'm using my tablet to stitch this because this is a digital chart. Yes, I'm over here, I guess. I don't even know what you're seeing on camera because I don't see what I'm filming. This is a new position for me. I said before, I think in my last crafty week. So what is this? What is this? What is this? Anyways, I said before that it's getting really uncomfortable for me to stitch these kits that are on my Millennium frame, and I don't really know what to do because I don't want to change the arrangement of the project. I mean, I don't want to move it to like a hoop or a Q-snap. So I had a problem with my, I guess you can call it, stitching position, because it was getting really uncomfortable for me to sit the way I was sitting before. And that's, I think I told you before how my stitching place is. I'm kind of sitting on a couch usually, like laid back position, and I lay the top of the frame on my knee because the couches are opening, like the lower part is opening for the legs. So I open that up, put my legs up, and put the top of my frame on my knee, and the bottom of the frame is laid on, I guess, on me, in some position, on my stomach or something. And because the frames are so heavy, I find that this is the best position for me to stitch on them because I really am in love with those frames. They are so good, and the fabric stretching is amazing. It's like a drum. I don't know if you can hear, but I love the sound of the thread when it goes through stretched fabric. I don't know, it's kind of a healing sound for me. Anyways, it became really difficult to do because with the pregnancy, I need to focus while talking because it's kind of my chart is like on the side. Anyways, it became uncomfortable for me to stitch for the last couple of weeks because the belly is growing with the pregnancy. 25 and 4 days now, so it's 6 months, almost the middle. So I am uncomfortable because the top is still laying on my knee, but the bottom is laid on my belly, and the position of the frame is too high now because the belly is growing. So it became uncomfortable basically. So I thought that I was going to put this aside. Two of my projects are on the Millennium frames. This one is Scorpio. I don't know, did I say that in the beginning of the video? This one is Scorpio from Chimera, and the other one is Joy Sunday, the Lighthouse, and both of them are on Millennium frames. So I thought that I was going to put them aside for now and not be stitching them for the next while. I don't even know how long, until I guess I'll find a different position, or until the baby comes and my belly will go away, hopefully. So I don't know, but I really do want to stitch them once in a while. I started a new kit and I am planning on starting another one. Hopefully I'll be able to finish it before, but I have a couple of kits on the way to me, the ones that I was really wanting lately. Hopefully it will be interesting because it's kind of a different type of project, but I started a new kit, as you probably have seen. This was another Rioli's, of course, and it was the Sakura collection, 2 kits from a collection. It's actually a 3 kit thing. Let me just cross out on Saga what I have stitched because I'm starting to get lost. Okay, so where am I? Here I am. Anyways, I love starting new projects, but still I didn't really want to put these ones aside. I still want to stitch them, especially this one. This is one of my favorites, the Scorpio Chimera. I love stitching on this fabric, and I love stitching with these colors. I guess I like blue. But again, it became kind of difficult. So I decided to try this. I actually filmed a little update on my Joy Sunday on the last crafty week because I tried to stitch Joy Sunday this way, and yeah, I actually succeeded. Of course it's not that comfortable because I'm not used on, like for sitting on a chair while stitching next to a table, though I know that many stitchers do that. They sit next to a table and the frame or the hoop is on some kind of a holder, but for me it wasn't really comfortable because I wasn't used to that. But wanting to do something so much, I decided to try and actually succeeded, though my back hurts. But I am willing to sacrifice my back for cross stitch. So I laid my frame on the table corner, not a corner, like on a table, like the top part of it, and the bottom one is basically hanging because I put my computer, I have a laptop on this table, and my laptop is on top of the frame, so it holds the frame. As you can see, the frame is right now hanging from the table, so the laptop actually is holding the frame in place, and I can sit by a table and just stitch. So that was a nice idea. I got this idea from one girl from my Russian channel that does that. That's the way she stitches, next to a table. She just lays it on and puts something heavy on the top so it will hold the frame or the hoop she's using. And she gave me that idea, and I actually said at first that it wasn't really for me. It didn't seem that comfortable, just crossing some of the things that I've stitched. It didn't seem really comfortable, so eventually I decided to try it, and that helped me achieve what I'm doing right now. I'm actually alone at home, kind of alone. I mean, my husband is sleeping after work. It's, what time is it? It's 11 o'clock and it's morning time. So my mom is out for some errands and I am home basically alone. So it's quiet, nobody is interrupting. I closed the window so hopefully you won't be able to hear outside noises. And I decided to try this, and really I think that it's a comfortable position for these kinds of videos because I love filming stitch alongs, and considering the fact that it's not that comfortable and I don't really have a floor stand that I can just lay my hoop or my frame on or in and comfortably position my camera, I think that this is a very good solution. So hopefully I'll be able to do this again and film these kinds of videos. I love ASMR videos, stitching ASMR videos, because eating ASMR videos sometimes makes me crazy. But I decided to try. So I don't know, I'm not a really I don't know how to say this right. I'm not a crazy talker. I don't really know what to talk about. So I decided just to flow with it. I didn't even know if I'm going to talk or if I was going to do just a stitching ASMR video. But I decided to just, oh, sorry. I decided to just talk about whatever. Anyways, what can I say? I'm actually forgetting what I'm talking about all the time lately. I don't know why. Maybe that's for the pregnancy or something, but yeah, it's getting a little crazy for me in my head. Maybe the hormones are killing me. I don't know. But yeah, what else? I actually was watching a video today of a Russian YouTuber girl who is stitching too, and I was watching her opening up like orders that she bought, like new kits that she bought, and there were a lot of new kits that she ordered. But then I got to think that I was really wanting to have a big collection of stitching stuff, like all kinds of kits, all kinds of charts and stuff. But sometimes I watched videos like that and oh, what's wrong? I keep touching the camera. Anyways, I noticed that a lot of the kits that she ordered were like really childish, I guess, stuff, like little teddy bears, little baby dolls, tiny little things like that. I don't know, a lot of women who stitch actually do these projects, and I I really don't understand because they really seem really childish to me. I don't want to, insult anybody. I mean, I understand if somebody enjoys stitching little projects like that, but I mean, what's the point? It sometimes seems like they order stuff like that just so they can have something to show on their channel. And the more kits you have, like new ones, new designs, doesn't really matter what they are more information for your YouTube. So I don't know, maybe that's why they order so much. Maybe they just enjoy doing little projects like that. Again, I don't want to judge anyone, but I don't really get it. I do want to have a big collection. I have a small-ish collection of cross-stitch kits, but I've just started. I mean, I have my channel for 1 year, so I've been collecting, or you can say collecting, I guess, different kits during this year. I'm not buying like 10 kits every month. I buy like, I mean, lately I haven't been buying a lot, but because, financial problems, yes, I didn't want to waste too much money on that because I have a lot of projects that I'm working on right now. But I did buy like in the beginning a lot, and I do have like 2 kits that are on the way to me right now because I really wanted to try and stitch something that is a little bit different. Hopefully that will come and I will be able to show you that. But I always get kits that I know I want to stitch. I mean, like pretty designs. I don't like stitching, for example, flowers. I think that it's not mine. Though there are a lot of beautiful kits out there with flowers, and I know that a lot of stitchers love stitching flowers, but that's not for me. I don't know what you're seeing. Hopefully, you're seeing what I'm doing. Anyways, kind of went off here, and right now I need to be over here. So that's what talking and stitching does to you. But let's go some other way. Let's go over here, and then go down, and then go back up. So, I can order like little projects, little kits with teddy bears, which I know people like stitching, or with beautiful bouquets, which I know a lot of, I don't know about American floss tube, but Russian stitchers like, and like start showing that or start stitching that just so I can show something and get more views. But I don't really want to because I don't want my collection to be out of stuff that I'm never going to use. So I do buy kits, some, like once in a while, but I try to buy kits that I know, again, that I'm going to work on in some point and not just, start because I want to show somebody that I'm starting that. That's the same thing about my digital charts. I mean, I have a collection of hides, and to be honest with you, I will not be stitching so many hides during my lifetime because I think that I've showed you my collection of hides in the beginning. I had some videos about my hide collection, but I just enjoy having them. I think my thread is too short now. Anyways, I enjoy having them, and I well, lately I haven't been buying hides for the last year, I think, but in the beginning when I was just stitching hides and not other stuff, let me just do the little, that's what I do to secure my thread. I don't turn the frame, I just do it on this side, like micro holds like that. Sometimes I do one, sometimes I do two. In this case, I don't know, I just decided to do two. Then I put my needle out and I cut it off. Anyways, what was I talking about? I'm going to erase it from my saga like this. kind of difficult to be talking and doing this online. Anyways, let's take another thread. This is it. This is it. Okay, so taking out a thread and let's put it into the needle. Anyways, I collected hides when I was stitching only hides, and again, I don't think that I will ever be stitching so many hides in my life, because first of all, it's taking a very long time. Well, those of you who have been stitching these projects probably know that finishing a Heaven and Earth design, it is beautiful. It is like, you know, really good type of project, but for those who love larger pieces. But again, it's taking a very, very long time. Finishing a Heaven and Earth design takes like a couple of years, and hopefully nothing will happen to this project during those years. Hopefully you will not get tired of it, so it's not an easy stitch. So yeah, I do hide like one after the other, but it's not that many, because I don't finish a Heaven and Earth design in like a year. So like my last Heaven and Earth design that I finished, it was actually my first. It was the Asian fantasy one that I showed you. If you want, you can scroll down my videos and watch. But that Asian fantasy was the first Heaven and Earth I've ever finished, and what helped me do that was actually opening my YouTube channel, because since I opened my channel, I actually have two channels, one in Russian and one in English. So since I opened my channels, I started finishing projects. So I have again a collection of Heaven and Earth designs, and after a while I found a way to get Chimera kits. Maybe not a kit but a chart. But I gosh, sorry. I actually ordered a kit from them too, from the site where I got all the, you know, charts that I have. I use digital charts for these projects, for the larger projects, because it's much easier, it's much faster, it's not you know, as time consuming as using a paper chart, because on paper chart you usually tend to go back if you're not, you know, really like an amazing stitcher. I don't know how to say this, but you usually like you lose one cross somewhere, or you're not noticing that you haven't stitched something. Anyways, digital chart are very comfortable for these projects with a lot of colors and with a lot of symbols. So that's something that saved my life with stitching Heaven and Earth and stitching chimeras. And what's good with chimera is that basically they are not much different than hides. Basically, stop saying basically. They are the same size. Some of them might be smaller, some of them bigger, I don't know. But they are about the same size as Heaven and Earth designs. And that depends, of course, on the fabric that you use. But the charts are, well, I won't say that they are easier than hides, because they have blends in them. They still have singles here and there, like Heaven and Earth do. You must know that Heaven and Earth designs, you tend to have a lot of singles. So that's something that happens if you like stitching singles. But they do use blends in their projects, and they don't have that many colors. I mean, Heaven and Earth usually has like 84, 90 colors, and the larger color charts have like 120 or something. And that is something that Chimera is different in. I mean, they have less colors, but the final result is beautiful. I mean, I don't think that it's any different than Heaven and Earth design. So, what I loved about these kits or these charts is that you can buy kit, which is not as expensive as a Heaven and Earth. You can get chart, like a paper chart, or you can get a digital chart, which is my love. I love stitching on digital charts. So that's something that is really good, and I started getting a couple of Chimera charts. Since then, I had collected a tiny little collection of Chimera charts. So if you would like to see that one day, I would love to show you, because I think I said that already, but I did make a video before on my hide on the charts that I have from Heaven and Earth Design. But Chimera I haven't showed you yet. So, oh, I think my frame is falling. Sorry. Like that, or like this. Anyways, the thing is, I used to have digital charts for heights. I don't really know what I wanted to say, but I kind of had a change of thought. I used to have a lot of charts of on heights that I actually converted into digital charts, and that's something that I have done by myself. I mean, there are programs out there that help you convert PDF charts into digital charts, but to be honest, I did try that once. I don't remember the name of the project because I never really used it. I prefer doing this conversion on by myself, using my hands, using a pattern maker. It's taking forever. It's taking a very, very long time to do, but you know what? I think that the time that you're taking to do it, if you really want to stitch that project and feel comfortable doing it, I think that that's the best way that I've found to be sure that the chart will be identical to the chart that you have the original chart from the Heaven and Earth Design site, because that way I know that every little cross that I convert into digital format is right. It's just like the one on the chart. It is, again, taking a very, very long time to do. It used to take me like weeks, if not a month or so, to convert a whole chart, but it's worth it. And I did have an accident with my charts that I converted before. I did have a backup for the PDF charts, but I didn't have backup for the digital charts that I converted. And I had a point in my stitching career where my computer crashed. I mean, it didn't crash, it got sick with a virus, and all the files in my computer became like scrambled, and I couldn't have used anything. All the music, all the photos, though I'm not a very big photo lover, but still, all the files that I had on my computer became something else, and I couldn't have used them anymore. So all the work that I've done to convert charts into digital format, it all got ruined. That was really sad because I spent a very long time doing that and I didn't back up my work, I guess, and that was really, really annoying. But that happens, and that taught me a lesson, I guess. So, what I uh, am doing, I actually didn't, just going to cross something that I've already stitched on the program and then keep doing it. Where am I actually? Don't even know where I am. Anyways, I didn't really start converting it again. Well, the reason is because I know that I'm not going to be stitching all of those kits, or not kits, all of those designs, but still it felt good to have them ready for stitching, I guess. So, lately I have been getting some, free time on my hands sometimes around nighttime where I am tired of stitching and I don't want to really do anything else. So I decided to start converting charts again. I don't know why, just guess the whole process, it just gives you some time to meditate and just think, and or not think, just spend time with yourself. So I have started to convert charts again. So I am planning on doing that for all of them. It is taking a very long time because there are not charts that I'm going to stitch anytime soon, but still I want to have them ready if in case that one day I'll decide to. So I am doing this a little by little, and hopefully eventually all my charts will be digital again. Hopefully I'll remember to save them somewhere else because my computers are really need to be changed. I need to change my computer, get a new one. And that's about it. So having, what else do I want to talk about? Yes, about YouTube channels. I didn't really have a topic for conversation when I started filming this. I just decided to try and do a little stitch along and a chit chat about whatever. So sorry if I kind of, gave you a brainwash or something. But I would love to know if there's some issue that you would like to open and you would like me to talk about in future videos like this one, because I really want to film more stitch alongs. I really love watching stitch alongs and I really love filming them too, especially if I will find a place to do that, just like I'm doing right now. I'm so hopeful that you are able to see what I'm doing, because I don't know, I don't really see very well what I'm filming, so I'm going to put this on my computer after I finish and watch if it's even good enough to go online, because I'm not sure if I'm filming in right, if you can see my stitching. But if everything will be fine and you'll be able to see, I would love to hear what you would like to hear from me. I mean, I can talk to you about whatever you want. If you have questions, if you want me to talk about life in Israel or like other personal stuff, if you have questions about cross stitch or my past cross stitch, you know, experiences, I can talk about IVF treatments, which is what we have done until now. Pregnancies. I know a lot of women watch this. I don't have a problem to open up that issue. I think that it's something that we don't need to be ashamed of, and be afraid to talk about, because it's really important. It's life, and it doesn't really matter. We can talk about that too. So yeah, so basically I would love to hear that. And if you have any suggestions for future videos that you would like to see, I would love to hear that. And that's about it. So hopefully this video wasn't too long, and hopefully I didn't babble too much because I really didn't know what to talk about. I'm just like sitting here and stitching and doing, my thoughts are running all over the place, so I don't even remember what I was saying. So yeah, so that's why I would like to know if you have an issue that you would like to be opened, if you would like to talk about something in particular, or see some video that will interest you, like Chimera type of video, like more updated Chimera chart collection. Or just watch some ASMR videos, like stitching ASMR. So that's something that I love to watch myself. Alright, so that's about it. I'm going to keep stitching, and hopefully this video was not just film me talking to myself and then going to the garbage, because you cannot see me stitching at all. Anyways, it was nice to find a position finally, and hopefully it will be interesting to watch. So give me thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, write comments. Hopefully you'll be able to answer my questions, and we'll be able to do some interesting stitch along videos in the future. So yeah, so I will say goodbye. Have a great stitchy week, and I will see you, I guess, in my next crafty week. See you later.